Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Katie here, and today is a very special day because we are celebrating 1 year in New Zealand. So, woo! Oh, the balloons! Oh my gosh, I felt really silly doing that, but it also made me really happy. So I hope that it brought you some happiness too. I also got this, I would call it a cupcake, but at New World they call it a muffin. To me it is most definitely a cupcake because muffins don't have icing like this. But I got a muffin and a little one, and I'm gonna light it. Let's see. And then, yay! I'm gonna blow it out because I don't know what else to do with it, but it feels silly because it's not a birthday, but here we go. So I'll definitely be eating that later. There's like a little Cadbury flake on it too, which I'm really excited about. But okay, so 1 year in New Zealand. Holy cow. Keaton's not in this video. He's actually at a rehearsal for a show that he is in right now. Looking back, I don't even know where to start. It has gone by so fast. I really am not sure how we got to a year so quickly. Thinking back to us applying for jobs and Keaton getting a job, and we had 6 weeks from Keaton getting his job to moving here. So in that time we had to sell our house that we owned in Nebraska, sell Keaton's car, obviously put in our notices at our jobs, say goodbye to all of our friends and family, pack our house in a shipping container. It was wild, absolutely wild. The things that you have to do. We booked our flights to New Zealand before our visa was even approved, which is a huge no-no, huge no-no, but we did it and it was fine. We booked my flight in the wrong name the first time, so 2 days before the flight we had to book me a whole nother ticket. We packed 4 giant, like I kid you not, as tall as I am, as far across as this, duffel bags of clothes. We had 4 of those, 2 giant suitcases, 2 carry-ons, backpacks. We brought way too much stuff with us. We paid for a shipping container. We should have just put more things in the shipping container, but hey, we can't go back now, and hindsight is 2020. But we got here, we made it here June 3rd of last year. We took off in the States June 1st, landed June 3rd. We're in a 1-bedroom apartment, Airbnb, right off Hagley Park, that anytime we drive by now too, I'm like, oh, we stayed there for so long. And then from there, we house sat a couple of houses and then did a couple more Airbnbs before getting into our house that we're in right now, just that we're renting. And I love this house so much. It's midwinter right now, or I guess it just turned winter because technically June 1st is the start of winter, but it is only 11 degrees outside, but the sun is there. And I have the windows open because the sun is so strong and I am a bit warm. So yes, it's winter, but it's also very sunny and beautiful. Looking back at last year's winter, having our first June, July, August as winter, my first winter birthday, just the first of everything, honestly. Like I could go back and be like, oh, the first time we did this, the first time we did this. And looking back at pictures of our first hike in New Zealand, and I mean some of the first like recorded videos that we did too, and just seeing how like wide-eyed and just like in awe of everything of New Zealand that we were is just kind of crazy, because here we are a year later, still in awe of the country, but also learning that moving across the world without knowing anyone in the city that you're moving to is so difficult. It's so difficult, and while things have been absolutely incredible, they've also been really challenging. I think one of the hardest things is finding friends in a community that you are welcomed into and you can just hang out with on a Friday night and go to a movie or just grab dinner and eat dinner together. And I can happily say that now, a year later, we have friends that we go play pickleball with. We have a wine night every month with friends. Last night, 2 nights ago, we just had friends that were like, oh, do you want to go bowling? We were like, oh, we don't really want to go bowling, but we just would love to see you for dinner. So literally each of us got our own dinner, and they just came over and we had dinner together. And that is something that I missed so much. So I'm happy to say, a year later, it took a little bit to get there. It really did. I mean, I think anywhere you go, it takes time to meet people, but especially in a new country where Christchurch is especially known for people kind of sticking with their same group, which we didn't know before we moved here, but have since, everybody's kind of said like, oh, Christchurch is pretty cliquey. And so honestly, most of our friends are expats. But we have them, and they're really wonderful and they're really great, and very grateful to just kind of have a home base of friends now, which is amazing. That was hard community-wise, and then obviously being so far away from our friends and family in the States was really difficult, but grateful for FaceTime and Marco Polo. I think I talked to my best friend Megan, who came to visit us almost every single day thanks to Marco Polo. And there's so many ways to stay connected. So if you're planning on moving anywhere, I mean, technology is the best thing ever right now. We officially have our New Zealand driver's license. You are allowed to drive on your US license for a year. And so literally on May 31st, we went to the AA office, which is like the DMV here, and got our New Zealand driver's license. So we went all the way up to the day, but we have that now. Our residency visa is officially allocated to a immigration officer, which is so exciting. So honestly, hopefully we'll get that back in the next couple of weeks. Not sure how long it takes, but we submitted it back in February. So it's taken this long for anyone to even look at it. But hopefully now that somebody has hands on it, they will be able to approve it soon. So then we'll have to be on that residency visa for 2 years before we can submit for permanent residency. So still a little bit to go before we can even get permanent residency, but with this residency visa, we'll be able to buy a house, which is really exciting. So we're on Trade Me every day, favoriting houses just for fun, going to open houses here and there to see what's out there. But that's really exciting. And then hopefully from there, we can get a dog. We miss our pugs so much. So much. They're in, there they are, that picture right there, in case you haven't seen any of my other videos. But things are coming together, and we still have so much more to see and learn and travel and explore in New Zealand, and about ourselves as well. I mean, the personal, I guess, experience that you go through when you move to another country, of just like it's you and your husband and you don't know anybody else. You gotta really look inward and face a lot of things. But no, it's been challenging, but the move was worth every bit of challenge, if that makes sense. We are still so grateful to be here and to be, oh, there's a kid crying outside, so I'm sorry if you can hear them because I have the windows open. So grateful to be here and are looking forward to even more time in New Zealand. I really can't believe that it's been a year, and honestly just look back and laugh at all of the mistakes. Me making spaghetti with ketchup because it's called tomato sauce. The amount of times I've gotten into the right side of my vehicle. Honestly, this morning when I went to go get the cupcake, I still turned into the right side of the road and very quickly went to the left. But still, like silly little things like that, or just remembering like our friends and family coming and the memories that we made with them when they were here in the first year is massive. We are planning for a trip back to the States in September for my best friend's wedding. That's back in my hometown, which will be extremely exciting, and that'll be the first time that we're back in the States. So looking forward to that. It's gonna be a long trek. I think we have like 5 flights. We go Christchurch to Sydney, Sydney to LAX, LAX to Denver, Denver to Omaha. So 4 flights? Sydney to Christchurch. Or wait, Christchurch to Sydney, LAX, Denver. Yeah, 4 flights. So that's gonna be a long one. But it'll be obviously worth it to see everyone from home. We are spending like 2.5 weeks back there, which will be absolutely amazing. So much to look forward to, so much to reflect on. I just like feel like we can take a deep breath of we're here, we're established here, we're doing well here, we're in a good place, and there's just so much more to come, and very, very excited for it. So I have my balloons. Oh, they're all getting away from me, and the sun, and my cupcake that I'm going to dive into and maybe save some for Keaton. We'll see. But yeah, a year went by in an instant, truly. So we'll get through this winter. Oh yeah, we had our first, oh my gosh, I just keep thinking of things. We had our first warm Christmas, which is kind of like a mind bend because it doesn't feel like holidays. Like now that it's winter, it kind of feels like it should be holiday season because it's cold and you're cozy and things like that. But I'm excited to see new traditions that come out of warm Christmas, and we need to get up to the ski slopes this winter and take some lessons and rent some skis for sure. But oh my gosh, if I keep thinking, I'll just keep rambling on and on and on and on and on. But I'm gonna eat this cupcake because it's just staring at me right now with its little first birthday muffin cupcake, whichever. But yeah, just wanted to pop on and reflect a little bit on the last year and recognize how incredible it's been and how equally challenging it's been. It's definitely not all sunshine and roses at every single moment of every single day, but I think the challenging moments are worth it. 100%. I think Keaton and I would both agree that of all of the hard things that have happened to get here and to be here and everything in between, it's worth it. So thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.